Hey everyone, and welcome to this new video. In this video, we will take a look at an affordable surveillance camera and examine from various perspectives whether it makes sense to buy such inexpensive cameras. Let's get started after the intro. Enjoy! I receive many inquiries about various products from China that I definitely need to showcase. I generally reject most of them. However, in this case, I thought I would use it as an experiment, since more and more Chinese products are being sold on Amazon, and perhaps some of you are also wondering why one should buy expensive surveillance cameras or similar products from well-known manufacturers when these products are available here for a fraction of the price. I already have a suspicion, but I want to find out together with you in this video, so I would say, let's unbox this thing here. Conveniently, they also sent me 2 of them directly. So yes, let's see how good this whole thing is, and then I'll think about what I can do with the second item there. Even though I don't want to focus too much on the unboxing right now, as I don't expect anything particularly special from this packaging, I will still show you what is inside. On one hand, this camera here, which you can then unfold and probably set up, a typical instruction manual, an SD card, a very strange micro USB cable, a power adapter, and a sticky pad. A screw-on pad for the camera itself. So in terms of design, aside from the fact that it is completely made of plastic, it actually looks quite cool. But before we set this up, I will quickly start my Pi hole for those who don't know what that is. I have also made a video on how you can set it up yourself. Pi hole essentially monitors your home network and logs all traffic. Not to run any surveillance, but for a very simple reason. It allows you to control which domains can be accessed. And we will take advantage of that now, because this camera will also be running through there, and we can see which IP addresses this camera will be accessing. Since this camera is advertised multiple times as being designed in Germany, I am very curious to see where this journey will take us and whether this camera might even work locally. That would of course be the best option, because I believe that the private images captured by such a camera in your home should ideally stay in your home and not go anywhere else. And if so, then only from sources that you can trust 100%. So I looked at the instructions and found out that I still needed to install an app. While installing, I immediately noticed that 2001 coolly positioned Shenzhen Yumasium technology behind it, so I'm curious to what extent this was designed in Germany. Additionally, I obviously need to log into the app directly, which I always find a bit annoying, but let's just do that quickly. I can add a device. The camera is here and I should press the setup button on the camera. So, now that I have just entered the Wi-Fi data on my phone, I need to connect with the camera. Do I now have to scan the QR code here with the camera? And that will probably connect everything to the home network. The setup is complete. So, I have been playing around with the device for a while after the setup and would like to show you something now. First of all, I set this up, and then I tested whether this device would still work if I removed its complete internet access. And well, as expected, it did not. It doesn't work at all anymore, not even when I'm on the same home network with the app. I can't access it at all. What I then did was simply just look at the domains that are called in the blocked state. Normally, these are the time servers under Ubuntu, Windows, or other systems. This means that a device queries a server to find out the current time so that various security mechanisms can function. For example, encryption usually works over time, which is why it needs to be relatively precise. When that didn't work, there was still an interesting site, namely Podsnan.pl. I have no idea what this site is. In any case, the camera is trying to access this site here and retrieve some information from it. Unfortunately, I cannot get any information from the subdomain that this camera wants to access, but on this main page I see this Polish site. I found that a bit strange. Next, I allowed internet access for the camera and just took a look at what things are generally being addressed. So whether it is blocked or not blocked, unfortunately this is not being displayed correctly in Pi-hole, but there were definitely many more domains that were requested in total. Among other things, there's IOTC platform.com. I can't even access the site myself anymore, and I couldn't find anything on the subdomain either. Then IoT, Azathon.com, and of course, some Amazon.de servers. It should be noted that this is quite normal, as most companies now host their services in the cloud, and Amazon is indeed a major provider for 2021. By the way, this was the subdomain that the camera accessed. Unfortunately, I was unable to obtain any information from it again. However, what I noticed when I was a bit puzzled about what this IoTC platform com is supposed to be, I came across this article here, which appears right after the Google entry. And as you can see, you already see some Chinese characters. So I would claim that this is a huge Chinese manufacturer that produces such cameras and then offers the platform for them, so that the manufacturers only have to do a little bit on the outside, maybe write their own name on it, and in the end, you get 10 identical cameras. Of course, I can't prove that either, so I don't want to accuse anyone of anything, but it certainly looks that way. And when you read through these entries, there are really many articles complaining about how unsafe it is to get such cameras in 2021, as they not only send data away by themselves, but even worse, you have a device in your home network that can also pose security vulnerabilities, and you certainly do not want all your data to be stolen or for your home network to be hacked. But I don't want to get too technical now, I just wanted to demonstrate this to you in this video. I hope that this might open the eyes of some of you a little. And I generally do not want to say that one should not buy devices from China. Rather, one should pay attention to what kind of devices one is getting and from which manufacturers they are sourced. And maybe you should also pay attention to not necessarily getting Wi-Fi devices, because for example, Zigbee cannot communicate directly with the internet. Instead, you need a hub in between. And if you get this hub from a trusted company, then you can control where this hub communicates and only have devices in your Zigbee network that do not pose any security vulnerabilities and cannot communicate with any servers. However, if you want to take a look at some decent cameras, feel free to write that in the comments, and I will make another video about it. I will introduce a camera that I find reasonably priced and that I could recommend to you, because we have now installed quite a bit of smart home stuff here. But I haven't dealt with cameras at all so far, so this could be an interesting topic. Otherwise, we'll see each other again in the next video, where we'll continue with the Smart Home Hub on Wednesday. Until then, take care and goodbye.